Hello everyone and welcome to the next part of Not For Broadcast. I kind of forget on which part we are. Profiles. I guess I can play the campaign. There we go. Load game. Peter. A tape to remember, if I'm correctly. Oh crap, not this again. Would you like to continue from this checkpoint and override? Override?
We're still vassals.
Overriding.
Prettier cages.
Now just hope I don't screw up. Day 200. A tape to remember. Oh, thank God, I haven't screwed anything up. Oh yeah, last episode, Jeremy Donaldson threatened to kill himself or something. Anyway. I still hope he's okay though. Anyway, you wake up still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. What you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room waiting for you. You take a seat on the sofa next to Sam. Sam swallows, hesitating before starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy, after everything that happened. Sam shakes the head. I wonder what they'll do with him now. Are you okay? Lock him up probably. Can't say I blame them. I can't shake the feeling he might be right. Sam glances at Charlie, then back at you. We saw that you chose to play that tape. They paused before continuing, and I couldn't help but wonder why. I didn't feel like I had a choice, actually. I mean, I didn't want Jeremy to die, so yeah. What? That's not good enough. Disrupt our bad people. I can't believe you did that. Charlie outburst seems to come out of nowhere, and no one in the room is prepared for it. Do you even think about how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot. Sam tries to interject Charlie, but he's already slammed the door. Well, screw you, kid. Charlie always was a bit black and white about this sort of thing. No kidding. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation. Thank you! Anyway, and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arms around you. Only you were stuck in that studio, having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam support you. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's all a lot to take in. You're not sure you fully processed what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You sign and absent-mindedly turn on the TV. Also, I'm going to refill my water bottle. My mouth is a little on the dry side, so be right back. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's all a lot to take in. Alright, I already read this. Right. It's nice you've at least got some company. The TV is playing through some old western show, but it's not quite as distracting as you'd hoped. You were never going to please everyone. That is true though. I hate it when it happens. Just let me please everyone. That would make the world lots of fun. But oh well, let's have another day update instead. On day 365. Just as you finish up breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it aloud as you finished getting ready for work. So I've seen what feels like most of Urkistan? Really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you are right to make me pack the extra pair of socks. Sam gives you a small kick under the table. Next, we got the train to Konislava. Wait, isn't that the place where Tiny Penis Guy lives? Oh boy. Much warmer and loads of beaches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head. Yeah, this is a problem when you're not native English. But had to San Palmarino before it got too cold. And I'm so glad we did. We've probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home. But I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Hope everyone's doing well. Love, Susie. Sounds like it's been a hell of a trip. Worth every penny. On day 371, my broadcaster gave to me Channel 1's opinion of few matters. You see it after every broadcast. Okay. Day 371, Week War.
Evening, Alex. A word of warning. You'll no doubt notice some disrupt activity on the interference console tonight. You could choose to broadcast these alternative frequencies by scrolling the mouse wheel down, or return to channel 1 by scrolling up. Of course, I trust you know better than to put disrupt on the air, Alex.
I tried to keep things balanced.
Nothing else.
But disrupt is the news. I mean, it's kind of important when someone acts your broadcast. Okay, let's see.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
Am I going to keep supporting them? That's the question, though. I guess I can balance it
They
out
get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
with the Disrupt broadcast, so it should be okay. Here we go for Crazy Neil. Let's do Pleasure Carp.
10 seconds, everybody.
Yeah, I already missed Jeremy.
4,
But first
3.
tonight, it's time to join Megan and the team for the National Nightly
Good
News.
evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Proud parents throughout the territory find themselves ever more impressed by the bravery and commitment of their incredible children.
Yeah, they're our army guys.
Open against all possible odds.
I
Don't
do
starve.
wonder if they
Advance's
died
food
for the correct
program moved from strength to
cause.
strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory.
Bits of your
The
life
rationing
kind of
depots have
threw
been
me off.
constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity.
Yeah, I'm still going
However,
for
with a reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a teen membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. It's up to the other 89% of us to remind our tardy friends that not taking advantage of all the exclusive services available to cardholders is now, as it should be, absolutely criminal. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankipool Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful. But it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally tonight.
Okay.
Our mutual friend.
Alright,
Bail
Jeremy.
was denied in the High Court today for shamed former National Nightly News anchor Jeremy Donaldson. The presenter will be transferred to new lodgings at Pension Ridge Prison, while the lengthy preparations for his trial, which is still 18 months away, begin. Since being taken into custody 10 weeks ago in this very studio, little has been heard from our former colleague. Despite how things ended, we wish him the best, and will be sure to bring you all the details of that court case every night. But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week, and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in Lancashire. That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay, there we go. Did they change the intro again? They sure do that a lot, huh? It makes it hard to sing along. Or maybe that was the plan all along. The National Nightly News with Mega Wolf.
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've got a new feature that's sure to...
I don't know who Lil C is.
But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's speaking to us from his home in Lancashire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Yeah, it's Peter Clementine.
Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything. As my old man used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car.
Language, Prime Minister. Language, Prime Minister.
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shit there.
Yep.
Shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about this new year?
How do I do this?
Today, I spoke to the people of Mankipool, and when I was finished, I stuck around. And I did something I would never have done in my old life. I listened. I listened to Jean, who told me that although she has financial security for her and her family for the first time in her life, she finds also for the first time that she can no longer sleep peacefully at night. I listened to Clive, who is preoccupied by the worry of being a burden on his children, and counting the days until they sit him down and tell him he is exactly that. I listened to Anna, who spends her lunchtimes in the school cafeteria eating alone, because she is the only girl in her class.
Actually, this is more news, now that I think about it.
Met, these three, and they are of different ages and social backgrounds, but they share a common experience. They share a nagging feeling.
Because Peter Clement's conversation here is boring.
In our utopia. And I share that feeling. And maybe you do too. In the days and weeks ahead, I will be speaking throughout the country. But you don't need to wait for me. Disruptor everywhere. Every bar, every street corner. Look for us and you will find us. You are not alone. And advance are not the only...
Also,
Okay,
it doesn't
now back to the
seem
regular.
very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced
I
today
get
that
it.
she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
Not really.
What? Did you know about this, Gail? Did you know about this, Gail?
Jeremy Donaldson is to be put on trial. Let's all think about that for a moment. One of the nation's most respected and beloved truth seekers is to be put on trial. And for what? Waving a gun around he clearly had no intention of ever using. That Jeremy Donaldson had a very is undeniable, but rather than law enforcement, wouldn't medical experts be the one to call? Of course that was never
Okay,
going to
I think I should go back to...
had a very public breakdown because he simply couldn't take what Advance were doing anymore. He knew that the national nightly news was being transformed from a bastion of truth into a frivolous chat show.
That's a good point.
And like a mother watching her child fall under a predator's spell, he couldn't stand by and allow that to happen. He chose to stand up to Advance, and their response will be to destroy him. He will be discredited, shamed, tried and convicted. They will break him as an example to us all. But today, disruptors named him an officer in absentia. We welcome him to our ranks. We are with you, Jeremy. You do not stand alone.
I don't know if I am going to support you either, though.
Breath of fresh air.
I only went to a different route because
And you know what? You get more
the show has been kind of boring.
you get more like him every day.
Oh?
I will take that as a compliment. Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going
Maybe
to say?
I should have stayed with Peter the second time.
Yes. Well, I imagine that there
Sorry,
will be
you
the
imagine?
usual.
You
No,
imagine?
what I mean.
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorise each other's bloody diaries either. As my old man used to say.
Yeah,
"You wanted to get a
Julia's
job done
obviously
quick, don't get
screwing him
bogged
up.
down in the pubes. What else you got?
Sorry?
Only cards, what else? A little piece of my life to rustle through. Yeah, reform the last. Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is.
Me neither.
And do you think the C stands for?
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Oh, I thought this stands for cunt.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C. and many a fine single malt. I want full of it. So for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Are you okay, buddy?
Thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the Culture Spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back after this.
There we go. Just to make up for that whole
That is what happens when you wander from the
disrupt.
I don't think he knew about her statement.
I don't think anyone's supposed to know. When you mentioned it, Bozeman's face turned a colour that I think you call embolism.
I'm in trouble.
Bozeman? Nah, you're like the daughter you never had. Suppose they're
Okay.
higher up to not like him, though.
Who's Lil C?
Or if there's any justice, me.
Who's Lil C?
Oh, apparently I'm not the only one who doesn't know who Little C is.
What? I'm civilized. I read books.
Us of power and leave us in the dark. But as a team, we have lit a fire so bright that they will never quench it. We are at war with a brutal foreign enemy.
There we go.
Against leaders who do not even treat
No
their
doubt
own
have spotted
people
the
with the
updated mixing
dignity and
disc.
love that we
You'll need
Yep.
new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll do the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry,
I-
I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Should we lose?
No, it's gonna be okay. I think I remember
That is
this
why we
from
fight
Bits
for
of
the
Your
people
Life.
Together. That we encourage and
I
educate
think.
our family, friends and neighbours. So
Okay, I
together
instantly
to embrace this new future.
Yes, you could do the clap sound
Because
effect
the team can only
for
succeed
Bits of
when
Your
it
Life.
plays in the same
Yeah, it's
direction.
gonna be okay.
And while we certainly wouldn't call dissenting
I've never
voices
heard of her before.
treasonous, we would raise an eyebrow at those who can't find it in themselves to show even a little team spirit.
I got plenty of team spirit. Just not for advance.
We
Or
cannot
disrupt.
lose this war,
I'm just going random.
so join the winning team.
4, 3. I'm Jeremy Donaldson now.
Thanks for coming
I will
back.
go for the news.
Later, we have an exciting new feature that Later, we have an exciting new feature.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't like double
First,
speech.
I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful
Sound effects
Susan
buttons
May
have unlocked.
in Daughter's
Hold down the left shoulder button
Before
now and
taking the
select
music
the
industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing
Okay.
the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C.
Oh yeah! So that's Lil C.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water, then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Well, look
Okay.
at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are.
Okay.
Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know.
Okay.
So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer. And it
F
just
My
exploded.
Face
I mean, what's
Together?
that like for you?
It's bonkers.
How
Just
does that
so
even
weird.
work?
I was in all the papers,
Considering the F stands for
Overnight, I
fuck.
went from that like annoying little girl from
Fuck
that
my
show to that
face
like
together.
sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Maybe Little Cunt was the
Really, it was
correct
just like
name.
any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage
Or Dumb
farm, and
Bimbo.
only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course, I mean, the
Oh, well.
famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan.
Wait.
Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens
A country
told him
singer, Dilly Bob.
but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Is this supposed to be that,
So, this newfound explosion into your popularity,
Miley Cyrus?
did that change your life?
Well, I had to
Wait,
start
how do I
wearing
know
like
who
nice
Miley Cyrus is?
underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before
Yeah,
I'm
I
30.
don't even care about continuity
All
anymore.
right. So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about
I mean,
monetizing
I am a
everything,
gnome
or
in
about,
current
like,
era.
promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Despite my adventures
Remember
taking
again.
time
Yeah,
in
he says insecurity
late
is an
1300s, so
opportunity.
Ooh.
lot of things don't make sense when you actually think about them.
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
on my album, Put It In My A Together, and it's...
No, 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 no.
My friend let her 13-year-old son.
I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops, and it's
You know what? Screw it.
Now, so girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough, and I hate it sometimes, and I hate myself. I just want to, like, cry into
We
the
want
bath,
to
just
know
want to,
what
like,
you
veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be
We will
quite
hack
lucky.
into your news broadcasts. We will defend your right to information. We will
Yeah, I do think
resist,
that sometimes.
and we will
Most nights, between like
disrupt.
my 4th vodka and
Okay.
the time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different, you know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me to go.
Well,
I'm
I'm sure interested in how this rip will going to work.
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio.
Also, they are
As soon as a
lucky,
girl would come on, I'd
lucky that
fall
I'm
asleep.
extremely bored.
My dad would come in and tell me to
Sorry,
calm down,
wrong
take
button.
me upstairs and have a practice.
Seriously, why is
Sorry, is your
the
dad
sensor
a
button
manager?
LC
Which can
and
be tough, and sometimes when
the
it
other
gets really
buttons
hard, he
LB
says,
when the
"Meg,
controllers
calm
are
down, you might just sit
literally turn around?
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note,
screw you, bitch.
You're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what? It's actually alright. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you
Yay,
can go get ready for
censorship.
that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a
Do
very
you remember when people could do whatever they wanted? No censorship.
Whoa, so with an exclusive performance of her new song, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the fourth.
Sorry, I just have a bad sense of timing, okay?
Here to breaking your blockade.
Oh well. Musical time! Ho ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho.
Oh baby, can't you see? I'm hungry. There's a place in me that's empty. I want that you're packing only. You can feel that crack in me. I'm on the sea, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, but I got no agenda. Just
I highly doubt that.
no dirty foreign member. Don't stop your morning drill, there's holes in me.
Okay, so if I get the song correctly. Okay, she's just like the one she was in the army. Okay, got it. Or maybe she's trying to seduce one of her soldiers. That could also be possible. But seriously, is she supposed to be Miley Cyrus?
See some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Oh, just to be clear, I didn't do any updates about Miley Cyrus. I just know she existed. Or, well, she still exists. I don't think she's dead. But, yeah. Considering she was talking about the country singer daddy, it kind of gave me a click.
If I'm the one that's in your fantasy, don't die alone. These babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicus, but I come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier.
You know, it's really hard to find the beats. Like when you hear 3 different beats in one song. Like, what is the core focus? Okay, now things are going well.
I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
How, 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 how. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. What are those dance moves supposed to be? Yeah, I'm just fucking for fun now.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Phil Seafoe. Well, for doing that, don't
Yes.
go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing
I was also
the new
wondering some
segment of our
questions.
show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
Bye-bye.
And we're out.
It's time to get myself some money. Christmas. It's funny because it's almost Christmas. Let's see. Yeah, it will be almost Christmas. Not only during the recording, but also when I upload this video. So happy Christmas already. Let's see. I think it will be the 1 week before Christmas. Oh well.
such a sweetheart. We both have the same agency, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us were in together. Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a D&T before my new season is
Do it.
They say the blood pressure doesn't stop eating it.
I did pay no attention to that conversation.
Sound effects buttons for this next section. Try and
Okay.
appropriate sound effect for the actors' lines. They can't hear your choices, so they'll be assuming you're helping things along and not making them look ridiculous. Last section. I'll help us all. Try and do better.
I might try my best, but remember last time I was hanging around with Dave. I might screw up for fun. Oh hey, it's Jeff Ultrabra, the meth guy.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature. We've been teasing you about the wait is finally over. I can reveal the wait is finally over. I can reveal we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and
it's Jeff Algebra.
Before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director, and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've
Yay!
I go by Jeff DePoon now. How do you like that?
Yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit now.
And how does Angela feel about all this? Your
wife?
Your wife.
Ah! No.
What?
No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back.
Why?
I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And
I might have to search it up.
What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a protein sitcom, and I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get.
I wish I could play with the buttons more often.
So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
There we go, thank you. I have a bad sense of timing, okay? That's why I'm happy there's a clock there. Ironically, I don't need it anymore. I know, I am awesome. For now.
Miss Craven.
Oh,
Miss Craven.
morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn you.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And
Yeah, I know,
like
right?
that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Oh.
I love messing with the sounds.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers? What's up, losers?
He's so cute.
Oh, no.
It's Brad.
He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Yay!
Brad, we don't want any of your ilk around here.
What?
Oh yeah.
Rad dudes?
No. Ruffians, have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to put my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right.
Tutoring?
Maths is very important. Would you mind, Greg? Would you mind, Greg?
Not at all.
I love screwing them up.
You, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are, and not on your actions.
No joy.
So it wasn't you who vandalised my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of the
It was you, Grandma.
It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up?
How could you?
I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did.
I don't know who Brenda is.
Did you hear?
Actually, that was pretty fitting.
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck?
I don't think things are going well now. Like, what's going on? That's not good. Harry?
In 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions.
Oh.
I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption.
That's not good.
And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julius Allsby at any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world.
They're fucking bitch.
Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres.
Wait,
and
what?
will not hesitate to detonate them.
No.
Not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender.
I think I'm going to join you now, guys. Guys, this doesn't sound good.
To ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
You have to know
But
what's being done.
for for your privileged few.
Right now,
The moment that they
to
feared
our
is now
neighbours.
upon them.
This is unprecedented. Our government has
Allow
committed
me
an
to
act,
be crystal
multiple
clear.
acts of mass destruction
If you
in our
fire
name.
a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate
he wasn't done
further
yet.
devices.
None of us did.
You will not find them,
We
though no doubt you are already searching for them.
are waiting
Our
for
technology
the
is
news
decades
and,
ahead of yours.
Well, screw you, bitch.
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
You are so going to pay for this, bitch.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David.
Oh boy.
And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now.
Oh boy.
And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this
Wait.
news, and you also
Susie.
have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan,
Oh boy.
or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konoslava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago.
God.
So when I
You
tell you,
are
I know
going
how you
to
are
pay
feeling
you
tonight, believe me, I
fucking
do.
bitch, Julia.
But I also know
know.
that there's...
I had a
there's
hunch you
loads of
didn't
events
give a
I feel
shit
every
about
day
Peter
here.
Clement and bits of
I
your
know
life.
that although tonight it feels like we
And
may
now
be
I
in
know
time
for
and
real.
fear and
You're going to
darkness,
pay.
we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet. But together we will find out. And I will be here every night.
I
feeling
swear
what you
she's
are
going to
feeling.
pay.
And with your help, maybe we can all
She's
get
going
that
to
brave new
fucking
world.
pay.
My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out. We've got people ringing around, but the telephone networks are overloaded. We'll find them.
Till we know exactly which cities we're
What am I supposed to do?
We will find him.
Thank you. Hey, I got an achievement. Grade A. Well, screw you. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I'm going to join this rub now. Screw those bastards. What time is it? Let's see. How much have I recorded? Okay. I can go one more round. Continue. Tommy Harris cares way too much about getting laughs, I wonder. Wait, who was Tommy Harris again? Wasn't he one of those porters? Anyway, the rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for Advance. Detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly someone else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room, and you find Sam sitting on the sofa staring at the TV. The screen is off and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach up to your hand in theirs. Now you're closer. You can see Sam's face more clearly. You see a look you've never seen before. Chris and Susie, they're both. I know What do we do? What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Chris and Susie. And millions of others. All because of their fucking war, which we never asked for. Where there should be tears, there's only fire. Pure raw fury. They're a maniac now. I hate them, Alex. I know you've never been a fan of Advance, but after this, they are monsters. I need to know you understand that we can't just be indifferent. We need to do something. Advance did what was necessary. I'm glad they were prepared to do what was needed. I don't think it's that simple. The country is suffering. This war has to end. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just as bad as they are. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just... Exactly! Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you've even processed it all fully yet, but at least you get through it together. And I'm going to make that bitch pay. As Peter Clement says, it's time to pay up. The last week has passed in a blur, a rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten. Your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first one at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your little girl Susie, and Chris too, both just gone. Sam has said little since that evening, clearly still in shock. Not that you could blame them, you haven't been much better. Sam appears silent and squeezes your hand tightly, an act of desperation seeking comfort, and you squeeze back. Some small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? These scars will not fade quickly. There haven't even been coffins to bury. It's now day 713. An academic exodus. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that? Bring the total up now? Oh, I think over 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from the Queensview University. With all the other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers. She pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly disrupt targeting the people speaking out against them. I even heard Advance are struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on now, people. Advance have been very clear that they're nothing to worry about, which means they're not our problem. And unless they start chasing Capuchionis as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you as everyone else files out of the room. Look, between you and me, this leave it alone malarkey comes from on high. It's out of my hands. So I would appreciate it if you would refrain from talking about it further and make sure the news is in line with that school of thought, yes? He gives you a pat on the arm and a smile before leaving to carry on with whatever it is he does during the workday. It seems that, for better or worse, public ownership is now in full swing. Oh, they're going to pay. Mark my words. A career in the making. You drum your fingers on the steering wheel impatiently as you wait for Charlie again. It's great he's enjoying the cohesion cadets and is so enthusiastic, but does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening too, after all. Finally, you see him exit the hall, a grin on his face. You can't help but smile back, the frustration starting to fade as you see him so genuinely happy. After hugging his friends goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car and gets in, his face flushed with excitement. So how was you're interrupted as he can't contain himself any longer. Guess what? What? You play along with smile. So obviously the cohesion cadets is starting point for becoming a CCO. So we get a head start when applying for that. Charlie gushes, clearly keen on explaining his news, almost tripping over the words in his efforts to tell you. Well, apparently from next year, the top 5% of cadets will be taken into a special program to become CCMs, Community Cohesion Managers, and guess who's gonna be in it? He beams at you. That's great news, Charlie. We're all so proud of you. Yeah. Still won't stop me from screwing advance over. With a grin from ear to ear, he sits back in his seat. Yeah, I'm so glad I joined. I can't wait to tell everyone. You chuckle. I think a celebration is in order. How about we pick some takeaway on the way home? Yes, Soko and the rest of the car ride is spent with Charlie listing every takeaway he can think of. It's great to see him doing so well. Also, what the fuck is Soko? Day 872. A spark to light the flames. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have got in very late last night from drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. I wanted to say Saturday for some reason. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night. As part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon. Let's see, this is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group. Okay, so they burned down a farm. Okay. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put the strain on universal menu centrist countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCO were ill-prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well-organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people given the lateness of the hour, the betterment sentries were fully staffed when they came under attack. 70 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night. With countless more injured, many seriously and rushed to the hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seems to have evaded capture so far. More of this story as it develops. You go to turn off the TV. You're interrupted by Charlie walking into the living room, bleary-eyed and with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He gestured to the TV. Usually you leave the news on as they cycle through the story again. Charlie watches in a hushed silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it the Night of the Fire. Everything's going to be alright. Okay, right? Yeah, it's all going to be fine, bud. Day 912. Turn on hardcore mode in options to hide all the helpful info for that stress-induced heart attack feeling. Yeah, no thanks. I'm fine where I am. Day 912, the uprising. A year and a half since Liberation Night.
Alex? Is receiving. This
yes.
is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest.
Okay.
I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking in when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Got it. Oops. Oh, right, the power. Do.
On the run, yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest, double homicide of some bloke.
There we go. Let's see. Advanced first for some little balance. And crazy meal because I need some cash.
Annoying, probably. Not probably. Definitely.
Going in 5, 4,
3.
Good evening.
There we
This
go.
is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf.
Hello,
Our top
Megan
story
Wolf.
Tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out free
Jeremy Donaldson is awesome.
including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing has been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe.
I hope so too.
Glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets, and mandatory grovelling zones. Advance have been quick to respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far, no one has taken up the challenge. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James
Also,
said
is it me or
the
does one picture looks more real than the other one?
Poor choice of words given recent history.
Maybe I
And
should
endings of
remind.
sorts tonight for 3 stories we've been
Maybe I should remember that for one of my
Stroke
future
Conrad and Call Me Bishop.
replays of
Although
this game.
responsibility proved a commercial failure,
Then again,
mainly due to men's inability to regularly take it. An
these look the
unforeseen
same,
side
though.
effect of the drug has seen it relaunched today as Baldylocks. Promising an end to male pattern baldness, the launch has follically challenged men celebrating throughout the territories. Frank Slapbegone, pictured here just 1 hour after taking the rebranded medication, enthused that his wife, and I quote, will sleep better now that the reading light isn't bouncing off my head and keeping her awake. Wrong, but not forgotten. The scientific community today remembers the loss of the many celebrated academics who lost their lives in a
Once again, I can't tell the difference.
Paint 1 year ago. The costly voyage, led by David Wong, was recklessly hasty, and while a handful of survivors made it home, the casualties were considerable. Among the dead were noted prize-winning marine biologist Ingrid Svorsborg-Horgensvoord and a bunch of other nerds. They will be missed. Man on. Footballer Johnny Handsleeves and his new wife Tiffany Lamour proudly announced today that they're
Seriously, I can't tell the difference.
full-time, which apparently means that
Did
they're
they do
having a
this on
baby.
purpose?
Once beset by tabloid controversy, Johnny seems to be settling well into family life, calling this latest news the ultimate golden goal, if a golden goal also peed on you. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangly Parts for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all
Time to
coming
mess
up in
around with
tonight's
the
National Nightly News.
nightly board again. Do. Right.
Take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when?
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life.
My own form of self-defence. Work myself up because.
Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be.
I'll tell you what, I'm getting sick and tired of this. If I had to stand around here for too much longer, listening to that old bitch, lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard,
Patrick,
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny, things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick?
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Oh.
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and an fabulous job.
I doubt things are going well
seems like we
for
have got
Patrick
the signal
Bannon.
back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
That's not Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live here.
You're not Patrick Bannon.
Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
Well, yeah, I got nothing against Peter Clement.
Undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
Nah.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting
I'm going to help in
underway.
your
Here is Prime
fight,
Minister
but
Julia Salisbury,
I'm not going
the
to
picture
do
of
Peter
evidence
Clement dirty.
to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend,
Too bad he died,
and a
though.
hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Dang.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so
edited
much.
and at the same time not so
Just
edited.
the Job first hit our screens over 25
Just
years ago,
the
running for 11
Job.
series, winning multiple awards,
Sorry?
and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
There we
Across a
go.
career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Petey?
Peter was by no means a saint.
Oh, I guess
Trust
it's...
me, he once
was
told me
the
he had
TV
more
show they were
regrets than
talking
he had
about.
stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty hard to make him look good.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
Dang.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moment for us to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself. I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked. And
hey, I'm trying to make him look good.
I heard, "Christ, Pet, you've either pissed your keks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man.
Well, I did my best to make him look like a good man.
This glorious nation of ours, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon...
Maybe you didn't ruin our favour next time. Things are about to get started. We have
Yeah, relax, buddy.
The public gets. You know when, Alex?
I know when.
The future he forged, the boundaries he pushed. To me, he'll always be the man in his pants cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference.
Petey, Petey,
it is my
he's
great
such
honour
a sweetie
to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden.
Ah.
Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9,
8.
7.
Bang!
Now, Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get you safe.
I'm not leaving, I can't.
Right.
There we go. There we go.
You're hurting me.
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
Not resisting. Ah!
Now it's time for them to win.
Not resisting. You saw. Not resisting.
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off.
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes. Medics are coming. You sit down.
I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here.
Oh boy.
Julius Salisbury! You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people! Justice demands a response!
Haven't you done enough? Look around you!
Fucking
This is what
time.
your precious freedom looks like, is it?
Oh boy.
Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires! Break windows! Draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist!
Lower your weapons! Lower your weapons!
Moral of the story, just shoot them. Either way.
Shut up. I said turn it off.
Fuck you, jackass.
Shocking scenes from the capital there.
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters. Storm the building. Demand elections. Demand answers. Be what you were born to be. The once and future free.
We'll be back after this. We'll be back.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
The bomb was a good distance from the unit.
You're welcome.
This is becoming a weekly
They killed my freaking daughter. They're going to pay.
This is the big one. Great. There's a revolution happening outside and we're off to bang it fucking parts. That's journalism, apparently.
We get set for the next sequence.
The team believes that tasty, nutritious food is a basic human right. That's why the wonderful...
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get the coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds.
Got it.
Our operatives will do the rest.
Farms across the territories. They destroyed food meant for your table. The radicals want you to starve, but we'll make sure you won't. Everyone gets the same generous entitlement at the menu centers, because like you, Advance believe all our needs are equal. From a healthy breakfast to a home-cooked dinner, the team...
Jeff is also starting to become more and more like an asshole.
Oh my god, Jenny! What? No, look at it!
Always wanted food to be.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
Just leave this with me, yeah?
Excuse me?
I know where we should go with this.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be taking our daily trip down to the village for the notice board. But first, let's have a quick catch-up with Mr. Jeff DePlume.
Yeah. Right. Listen up, you lot. We need to get a few things straight.
Everything okay, Jeff?
You're not exactly fans of what we're trying to do in here. You've made that perfectly clear.
So what's going on?
I'm just having a little word with the viewers, Megan. Don't worry yourself about it.
Okay.
Now.
Jeff? Seems like you've forgotten where you are, Jeff. Which is a shame. A real shame. Now tell me, Jeff.
We've just heard our man's on camera for...
As you know, Megan, we do our segment on the show every single day.
Get back to the interview, Alex.
It's clear to me that nobody likes it.
Would you say that?
I don't have to. You should see some of the letters I get.
I would love to see some of those letters personally, Jeff.
Well, luckily, I brought them all with me here.
You're a very small man, aren't you?
Yeah. Now, there's been a lot of misunderstandings.
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
If it's all right with you.
Okay, how do I give them the go?
Viewers are our top priority, so
Oh,
that's
right.
a good idea.
Good, I couldn't agree more.
I don't get it.
Right, yeah, this one annoyed me. Dominic from Rantley wrote, Dear arrogant, talentless oaf. I think it's addressed to Tommy, but still. You're not funny, you're annoying, and I wish you'd all go and live in the sea.
It's pretty hard to hear, isn't it? What would you say to Dominic?
Yeah, I'd say that 3 Screenwriters Awards and a TV Digest nomination beg to differ.
He's brought them with him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of that lot agree with Dominic.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. What have we got? Janet from Sanford wrote, "Fuck off, Jeff."
Agree.
Yeah.
You've turned into an asshole.
What have we got?
You used to be funny, man.
Oh, yeah, this one. We've got blah, 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 Philippa's talent, yada, yada, Tommy's fine. And here we are. But you, Jeff, are the most pointless waste of airtime since the test.
Agree.
Hang on, this one, dear
Sorry.
genius.
Hey!
Your show is the greatest waste of time. Never mind.
Right, yeah, this one. Someone's drawn a picture in what I assume is ketchup next to my home address with a message that just reads, "You're a shitty man."
Agree.
Quite good. This one simply reads, "I want watch this rubbish," which I assume is a spelling mistake, but either way, it's just very confusing.
Yeah. Fuck off. Oh, I read that one.
Yeah. So the strength of feeling here is strong.
Yeah.
I would say, Jeff. What
No one likes the show.
People at home.
I would say there's an easy explanation, Megan. Yeah. As you know, we are unbelievably funny in here. Yeah.
Not
so
really.
It seems to me quite obvious that certain people upstairs are so unbelievably bad at their jobs,
Careful now.
or, and I think this more likely, are deliberately trying to ruin the show. Alex Winston. You won't let me up there anymore, all right?
So you're blaming the notice board's poor ratings on our long-suffering broadcast team?
I am, yeah. They're making us look like a bunch of pricks out there, Megan.
While our skilled broadcast team might have made a few errors that have led to some sloppy segments, I really don't think that's fair.
Yeah? Well, I think that's bullshit.
If you go then and get ready. Whew, that was Jeff de Plume there,
Sure.
creator
I'll have to
and
beat the shit out
writer
of him.
the notice board. Just a reminder, if you do have any comments or criticism about Jeff, you can send those in. He clearly reads them all, so please do keep them coming. But now it's time, maybe for the last time, to head over to the notice board.
I am gonna screw up again because I like to fuck with Jeff Bloom. I still don't get the joke, but hey, I at least won't go broke. At least, I am not really sure.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. I've forgotten the line. Can we go again? Oh, it's gone again.
What a day!
What a day! First
There we
a
go.
tea morning, and then to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
I'm going to screw up
Bus's sake,
again.
Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Please, dirtbag!
Oh, shit. Laura, I thought you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at low.
Of course, I keep forgetting that thanks to you and your team, violence in our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know.
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will
Got
start
it.
the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! Now don't call me the Right Reverend Ripped for no reason.
Oh yeah.
Yes!
It's no good. It's no good.
Looks like all those crucifit classes were a waste of time.
Maybe you, a young CCO, will be able to lift it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Oh, now I'm supposed to do.
Looks like all of those
I wasn't done yet.
classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me.
Are we done now?
Did it, Alex. We're good to go.
To lift
Good.
this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town?
Thank you, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man. It's the least I could do for my community.
I love screwing up with the show because I am funny, I think.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again
Hey, at
last
least
night.
messing up is fun.
When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God!
Some people have no decency.
Sadly,
I know,
if
right?
we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete, or my name's not Captain. Danger, Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open.
Oh yeah.
Me!
Oh, it's you. Dude.
It's the morning.
I think it's going well.
Thanks to theatrical convention.
The song didn't sound so good.
Oh, look, there's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that would be too expensive to show on television.
I'm setting up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
Well, first, I'm running the tombola, and then I'm selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Oh, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
The damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although
I'm pretty sure it was a sexual metaphor.
I have no idea how to solve this case.
And if it's not, then it should be.
Yes, we'll have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, he's dummy.
It
was a horrible acting.
You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking
about.
No, stop. We've got stuck. Let's just... hold it right there, ferret.
Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know
What you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Reverend!
No! Someone stop this! Yeah. Admit it, you wanted the fete cancelled so you could have a day off, didn't you? Vicar, is this true? Yes. I already have to work Sundays.
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
Vicar, is this true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Talking about.
Okay. Sorry, this is going to have to cut short the final episode of the notice board. That's really sad, but I think it really has run its course.
No, there's a good bit coming up. I'm sorry. The whole thing.
It's a real shame. We would like to thank you all.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Thank you, Lee. Right, fine. I already have to work Sundays.
Come on.
It's something about,
God fucking damn it!
So, thank you again to cast of the notice board. So much.
But how did you know? My first clue was The smell.
The hundreds of lessons and the laughs over the last year and a half.
Of urine. Right. Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
We'll be so sad to see it go, but at least we ended on a high. It's time to take a break there. When we come back, we'll be seeing the opening number of a brand new musical.
You'll fucking regret this!
That's coming up after these messages.
I don't at all. In anything, I'm happy I screwed with this show.
This show will not be the same without him.
What advert is this, Alex? I don't remember passing it for broadcast. I think you made a mistake there.
I'm an economist.
No, I know what I'm doing.
You've probably seen me on
Also, I'm going to recharge my water bottle.
and how progressive their policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. We'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
I always envied my friends who had so much.
Oh, sorry, what did he say?
Over the years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance came
No, seriously.
I didn't think about the
What did he say?
I acted selfishly.
I can look
Glad
back,
to see the rich punished.
can't I?
I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't
Well,
understand.
let's hope I will happily support Disrupt.
We should have been helping everyone
Or
else.
or else I'm fucked.
Under Advance, the country is poor. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Sorry, Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Jenny just said to ask if you need any touch-up.
I have poured
she?
myself out to the media to defend.
That's my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my shade?
My parents. I see that now. Mum. Dad.
You can run back to Jenny now.
Our only hope.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me. At all, at all.
They said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears.
Oh.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
We got a nice
Welcome back
lively
to the
bunch,
National
huh?
Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking
Ooh,
with the
another
cast in a
music
moment,
song.
but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
The Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes. Listen. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till later.
He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely
Chilling. It's coffee in the morning, and we like love every day. With time alone another, and I can love and play. Oh, paradise our needs, to charitable deeds. I was by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John, oh, darling John, there's something very wrong. Let's have a conversation with our doctor. Everyone help me be seated. This news where you feel defeated. The scans will have no one like a charm. Cancer, that's oh John. We're having a baby. Wait, what?
How can this be? Oh, woe is me. Why has this happened to
Well, screw you.
I always
Having babies is awesome. Can't you see? They are awesome. They and so play along. Everything they do is fucking cute. You should have a baby. Maybe.
There won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now
But to see them smile. Seriously, babies are freaking cool. I don't agree with this song. Maybe I will make a counterpart when I am done. Because seriously, I got to talk. Because seriously, this song kinda sucks. Well, it's catchy as hell, but I don't agree with the lyrics. It is still that catchy though.
We're our top priority. I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one walks. No one draws things on the walls. A happy husband, a wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
You should have a baby. Yes, you should have a baby. Nothing is better daily than having fun with your baby. They can do all your good stuff. Give them some fluffy toy stuff. Because nothing is awesome than having a baby. You're having a baby. You should have a baby. You should have a baby. Oh yeah, you should have a baby. You should have a baby.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Amazing! The Novaries there, treating
There we
us
go.
to their opening number from Energy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the capital theatre district. And we'll be
No,
touring
screw that.
territories later this year. Right then, come on you guys, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello. Hi Megan. It's an honour to be here. Oh really, are you fans of the show? Yes, used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and
It
did the actual
sucks.
work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack. Jim Blunt.
Hi, Jack.
Pleasure to be here.
Hi, Jim
Jennifer
Blunt.
Boren Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in
Hello.
the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
Hey, they all started with a J.
And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it. And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. In real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Janet Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
Too much doing and throwing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh god, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster.
Oh, so you're part of Advance.
I'm the youngest.
Cool.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful. No singing.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children.
Okay.
And why you shouldn't have them. In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to Advance on stage.
Hey, I might be for this route, but I'm still not censoring shit.
Women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem. Terrible problem.
Having children.
Well, you understand, Megan.
You clearly agree. This isn't about me. Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives. And there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie.
But yeah, fuck
They're
you.
exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
Not very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one. Because
you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So, could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it? Well, go ahead. It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My
And it sounds like
Gnome
shit.
Centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say
Once
more,
again,
though.
fuck you, bitch.
Probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you.
No, screw you.
A life
I like
without
babies.
children is somehow incomplete.
And
that-
children.
That children are a blessing.
Seriously.
Well, I've done the research.
In my best, I sort of helped out at an orphanage.
Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma.
Even if it was,
You know, when I was 14,
to take over
before
my,
I had come out, I had an experience
girlfriend's
with a girl
chap
called
when
Julie
she
Baker.
left the town because of Jeffrey
Experiment, I guess, you know.
and Gary and the whole
Dip
dictatorship
my toes
stuff.
into the
Meeting. Well, thank you all so much.
Ugh.
I really hope you keep them
But
dancing
yeah.
in the aisles for many performances to come. The no And I look like a say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation... Now, are we safe?
Yes, the security services performed their duties without hesitation, and I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the...
Yeah, about that.
Sorry, did you say
We
no
obviously
deaths?
saw
That's right.
that you killed some
no
of them.
Civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt
Fine,
terrorists
bitch.
detailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course, the camera. There's the camera. Speak there, on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Nightly News, but before we go, one final thought. Throughout the programme tonight, we've been...
Come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece, Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Wait, are you going to attack us now?
Of course, they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and, well, it's pretty scary out there tonight, so stay at home and stay with Channel 1. Because the team has assured this programme that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building the new future with equality, fairness, and resilience. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
I hope so.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance.
Good.
10 o'clock. To detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down.
Oh, bye.
Sir, up there.
Oh, bye. This doesn't look good. I already played the DLC. Thank you anyway. I have received full wages. Current wealth. Can afford coffee. Okay. Okay, everyone prefers Disrupt over Advance. Channel 1 still loves me. And this is where we're going to end this Let's Play. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye-bye. Turn off the subtitles. Nah, I like them. Anyway, like I said, this is the end of the video, so bye-bye.
He's such a sweetie when he's on your TV. It's such a treat with all the